Going to the problems, let us once again revise the concepts of geometric series, then P series, then even let us have a revision on the test. We have three tests, that is first test is a comparison test CT, the second test is a D'Alembert's ratio test DRT, and third test is the Cauchy test, Cauchy root test, that is CRT. So after that we are going to see the problems pertaining to these tests and even the series. Now we have geometric series, a series of the form a plus ar plus ar square plus ar cube plus and so on, ar raised to n minus 1 plus and so on, is called a geometric series. It comes from geometric progression. So if you remove this plus by comma, yes, we get geometric progression, and you find that the ratio of terms of geometric progression ar divided by a is r, ar square divided by ar is ar square divided by r is ar cube divided by ar square is r. So we found that what we have common ratio equal to r. Okay, so this geometric series a plus ar square plus and so on ar raised to n minus 1 has first term. So first term is ar raised to 0, second term is ar raised to 1, okay, third term is ar raised to 2, fourth term is ar raised to 3. So we observe that fourth term is ar raised to 3 can be written as 4 minus 1. So with that we can see that the nth term is ar raised to n minus 1, and thereafter we have n plus 1 term and so on. Okay, now if we consider the terms starting with a and ending with the nth term ar raised to n minus 1, then that sum is called the nth partial sum, and its value is given by Sn equal to first term a inside the bracket 1 minus r raised to n and divided by 1 minus r. So r is the common ratio, a is the first term. Note that this will be the formula if your mod r value is less than 1. Mod r value less than 1 means what r value is in between minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, so if we talk about the absolute value of r, it should be less than 1. Okay, that is positive values of r should be less than 1. Should be less than 1 means it is greater than 0. So values of r will be in between 0 to 1, and the values in between 0 to 1 are 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 and up to 0.9999. Okay, and you observe that if I take limit n tends to infinity, so this n, if it is tending to infinity, we get ar raised to infinity, and that is the whole series, that is the infinite series, which is geometric infinite series. Okay, and its value is given by limit n tends to infinity, Sn, and that formula will become, so this formula will become what, a inside bracket 1 minus r raised to n divided by 1 minus r. Note that this r raised to n, if I take n tends to infinity, yes, the value of r is in between 0 to 1. So if I put suppose 0.1 is in between 0 to 1, so 0.1 bracket square is 0.01, 0.1 bracket cube is 0.001, and so on. You can see that the values as n goes on increasing, what values are decreasing, and even if n is the greatest value infinity, the value r raised to n will become 0. So this r raised to n will become 0. So with that we have a into 1, that is a itself, and divided by 1 minus r. So this formula becomes this. So we get limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to a divided by 1 minus r. So that is what your s. So this also can be called as s, and s is nothing but a plus ar plus, so this is even again equal to a plus ar plus ar square plus and so on up to infinity. So if you take infinite terms here, so we denote it by simply s, not by Sn. Sn is partial sum. If I take limit n to infinity of Sn, we get s. Okay, we get all infinite summation terms of terms. Okay, and its value for geometric series is given by a divided by 1 minus r. A is first term and r is common ratio. Okay, so suppose we have a geometric progression like 1 by 2, okay, 1 by 4, 1 by 8, 1 by 16 and so on like that. Okay, so you will observe that 1 by 4 divided by 1 by 2 is 1 by 2. Okay, 1 by 8 divided by 1 by 4 is 1 by 2. Okay, and so on. So you will find that the value of r for the above geometric series. Okay, now we should consider geometric series, not geometric progression. So there should be sum. So r is equal to 1 by 2, and here a value is also equal to 1 by 2. So you will find that this is the geometric progression with a and 1 by 2 both equal to 1 by 2, and here specifically r, this r value, so this is r the value, r value is 1/2, which is less than 1, and we can take advantage of r value. If it is less than 1, then it is given by a is equal to 1 by 2, so 1 by 2 divided by 1 minus 1 by 2, okay, and 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2, 1 by 2 and by 2 cancel, the answer will be equal to 1. So this geometric progression tends to 1, okay. Now let us move forward to infinite series. Next infinite series, that is called a power series, P series. It is also called P series. Okay, so what is P series? A series of the form, a series of this form. Okay, so this is the compact form, summation n from 1 to infinity 1 upon n raised to p. Note that if n is equal to 1, we get 1 upon 1 raised to p. If n is equal to 2, we get 1 upon 2 raised to p. If we put n equal to 3, we get 1 upon 3 raised to p. If we put n equal to 4, we get 1 upon 4 raised to p. So this is compact form of P series, and this is actual form of the P series. Now see, this P series will converge or diverge depending on the value of p. If value of p is greater than 1, then it is convergent, and if it is less than or equal to 1, so even if it is equal to 1, then the series is divergent. So p greater than 1 convergent, p less than 1 divergent. So let us have an example of P series. Suppose that you have the series given by, suppose what we have series like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus and so on. Now we will say, sir, this is not a P series, but I will show you that this is a P series. How it is a P series? We can write 1 as 1 upon 1 raised to minus 1. We can write 2 as 1 upon 2 raised to minus 1. Okay, we can write 3 as 1 upon 3 raised to minus 1. So in P series compulsory we require 1 upon what number is increasing and raised to some power. Power is fixed. Power may be p, q, 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 r, 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 minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. Okay, so this is what 1 upon 4 raised to minus 1. Okay, so plus and so on. So you can see that what this is nothing but this. Okay, and you will observe that the value of p is equal to minus 1, and this p minus 1 is less than 1. Okay, so minus 1 is less than 1, so p equal to minus 1, which is less than 1, so it is coming in the category of what? Divergence series. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is a what? P series which is divergent. Okay, even we can have a P series like this, 1 upon 1, okay, plus 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 4 and plus and so on. This is also a P series. How it is a P series? We can see that the power everywhere is 1, 1, 1, which is fixed, and number is gradually increasing 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So this is a P series with p value. So p is equal to 1. Okay, and what if p is equal to 1 even, what we get? Which series? A divergent series. Now let us have an example of a convergent series. Suppose that we have this geometric series 1 upon 1, okay, plus 1 upon 2 cube, okay, plus 1 upon 3 cube plus 1 upon 4 cube plus and so on. Okay, so even it will look like a P series, ready-made P series. Okay, so what the number is increasing 1, 2, 3, 4, and what the power is fixed. Even though we don't have here 1 raised to 3, we can write 1 raised to 3. 1 raised to 3 is still 1. Therefore, this is nothing but a P series with p value is equal to 1. So if p value is equal to 1, then what is happening? P value is equal to 3. Then this 3 is what? Greater than 1. And if p value is greater than 1, okay, if p value is greater than 1, strictly greater than 1, then what? Your series converges. So this series converges. Okay. Now after this, let us go to next test, that is main test, that is for checking whether the series is convergent or divergent. Okay, so this test is called a comparison test. Okay, so this comparison test is involving two series. The first series is summation un and second series is summation vn, and what these series is, if they satisfies what? This condition, okay, which is written over here, then we say that that both series converge or diverge together. Okay, now what is meaning of the condition? So condition here is like this: summation un. Note that here nth term of first series is un and nth term of what second series is vn. So if you take the ratio of un by vn, nth term of first, nth term of second, if you take ratio of that, you get un by vn. And if you let limit n tends to infinity, and if its value is equal to L, and if that L is a finite and non-zero and non-negative, then in that case both series will converge or diverge together. What is meaning of both will converge or diverge together? Means if first is convergent, second also will be convergent, and if first is divergent, second also will be divergent. Okay, so this is very important. So it should be finite, it should not be infinite. It should be non-zero, means it should not be zero, and it should be non-negative, means it should not be negative. So if it is happening, then what, your comparison test is valid, it is working for you, and we can have a condition checked, and if this condition is applied, then both series converge or diverge together. Okay, so that is your comparison test. Now the next test is called a D'Alembert's ratio test. What is D'Alembert's ratio test? Okay, so D'Alembert ratio test is regarding only single series, summation un n from 1 to infinity un. Okay, so this series, if it is suppose a series of positive terms, okay, all terms are positive, okay, then, and if it is satisfying the condition that limit n tends to infinity un plus 1, note that nth term of this series is un, and next term of un is un plus 1. So that term un plus 1 divided by un, okay, if you take what ratio of these two, and if you take limit n tends to infinity, and if what you find out limit, and if that limit is equal to L, okay, then if that limit is less than 1, then the series converges, and if it is greater than 1, the series is divergent. But if L is equal to exactly equal to 1, in that case this test fails. Okay, what is meaning of test fails? We cannot use this test for a series which is having what this value equal to 1, so we can have another test. Okay, so that is called a D'Alembert's ratio test. After this we are going to see a new test, and that is called a Cauchy's root test. Okay, again in Cauchy's root test, what we are going to consider is a series of positive terms, summation n from 1 to infinity un. Okay, so it is a series of positive terms with nth term un. So here its nth term is un. Okay, and let me clear out this part. So if limit n tends to infinity of un raised to 1 by n, what is meaning of un raised to 1 by n? So we will take nth term, we will pick up nth term, and we will find out its nth root. Nth root means it's 1 by nth power, and if that limit n tends to infinity un raised to 1 by n, what is equal to L, and if that L is less than 1, the series converges, and if it is greater than 1, the series diverges, and if it is exactly equal to 1, again the test fails, means we are not entitled to use this series, we are not entitled to use this test, we are supposed to go for another test. Okay, so all these tests are very simple for its use and for checking whether the series given to you is convergent or divergent. So that we are going to see in our next slide or next lecture. Thank you.